Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the first Tom's World Live that I've done in quite a while. I think the last one was the end of June. I did go live last week from my phone. I was out wandering around in the wooded area around here. When I got back home, hey, what's up, Jim? When I got back home and I saw the quality of the video, what's up, Chris? It really stunk bad. Like, I mean, it was bad quality. And that's when I found out that the quality of your video when you're going live from a mobile device all depends on the connection you have at the time. So apparently I had a crappy connection and the video stunk. So I apologize to everybody that was there for that. It was fun, I mean, it was a much needed day out in the woods for me. I really enjoyed myself. I just wish you guys could have seen a clearer picture of what I was looking at. And I was going around. Well, I won't bore you. Oops, I won't bore you with the details. But the main reason that I wanted to do this live, I wanted to let everybody know what's been going on with the. Shut up, Tom. Tom Springer. I'll be bringing up how I know Tom Springer soon, but it's actually in the explanation as to what's been going on lately with the channel. Now, lately there haven't been a whole lot of videos. Firstly, I've been helping out the girlfriend. She did have an apartment down in Maryland. She moved up here, but she kept the apartment so that she could get everything packed up, and I would go down with her for a weekend at a time, and we would hang out and drink some beers or drink some wine and pack and listen to music, and we would do that all weekend. We finally got it all done. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. That was the deadline, and then the movers were coming, so we had to have everything done, which we did, and then we cleaned up the apartment afterwards, and then that was that. So now she's officially 100% here in the Philadelphia area, actually in one of the suburbs, but we won't get into details like that. But anyway, so that was one thing that's been going on. Another thing that's been going on is there's been some stuff at home here and there, not good or bad, just busy stuff. But there has also been another portion of my online life that's been going on for quite a while now. Some time ago, my friend Dom and I, we decided we had our own live show that we were doing on another network at one point. We just called it Dom and Tom's World. Go figure. And we would bring people on. We'd interview them. We had various different musicians, entertainers of all kinds. We did have one actor on so far, a gentleman, which his name escapes me. I know his first name was Tom. That much I remember. But he was actually in quite a few different things over time, TV, movies, stuff like that. I think he was actually in the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Not a huge part in it, but still, it was exciting to have him on, and he was a great guy. We all had a good time. And Dom and I, we actually have not been doing a whole hell of a lot of Dom and Tom's World episodes as of lately, because we've both been really busy with trying to start our own little network, if you want to call it that. It's a page on Facebook. We're trying to grow it into a network. We do also have a YouTube channel, which currently the only shows that have been going there are shows that either Dom and I are on or just Dom is on. And we're hoping to expand that as time goes on, as the newer people, much like the gentleman over here, Tom Springer, newer guy. What's up, Dom? That's Dom in the chats right there. That Real Talk with Dom. So we have been trying to make this presence grow with BB3 TV, which is the name of it. So you can find that on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/BB3TV. We were trying to get a variety of people in, and it's been a little time consuming in the back end of things. A lot of people who are just starting off, they do need some guidance, some help in understanding how to work the StreamYard. Shameless plug for StreamYard. You can sponsor my channel if you want, StreamYard. Just saying. It can be a little time consuming, a little taxing on things, but we still enjoy doing it. We enjoy being there for everybody. Yeah. Tom says, hey, your hair grew back. I actually had a program on here that has filters on it, and I made myself bald. I'm not going to do it right now on here. If you want to see stuff like that where I'm joking around and everything, you can go to BB3 TV. Also, just a side note, for those of you who have been faithful subscribers to me, you know that on my channel I do not curse. That's intentional. I try to be as PG as I can on my channel. There has been an occasional slip up here and there, not many at all. And sometimes I had to go back and edit it because I didn't realize I forgot to edit that out or whatever. But for the most part, you know that my channel is a family-friendly channel. BB3 TV, not so much. I mean, we're not sitting there cursing, you know, throwing F-bombs left and right. I mean, some people do, but it's just matter-of-factly in the conversation. You know, it's so just about every show is like parental advisory. We try to encourage people to put that up there. Right now, I'm using the free version of StreamYard, which is why I have this little duck up here, but you can change that to whatever. Dom usually changes it to the parental advisory thing. We put a thing up, a little disclaimer in the beginning of each show, and we encourage all of our editors and contributors to do so as well, just in case. And that way we can cover our own butts. And what do you mean I don't curse, Dom? No, not me, not ever. I swear to God. What the? No, not going to do it on here. Not going to happen. But so yeah, so basically, my main purpose for wanting to come on and do a live is to let everybody know that I am still here. I do still intend on making videos. I have made a video which I've hinted at in, if you go to the community tab in my YouTube channel or on Facebook with This Is Tom's World, you will see shameless plug, Grave Guys. You can find them on TikTok, Grave_Guys. That's Dom and his friend. They clean up gravestones, basically, of different kinds of like military people and children and stuff like that. But now I got sidetracked. What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, I did hint at a video that was filmed, if you want to use the word film. It was recorded, we'll say. And I did make one at a location which I'm choosing to not disclose right now, because I don't want anybody to jump the gun and go and make one there, or just make, you know, one with various pictures and everything. So I'm keeping it a secret for now. I did record a video at this place. However, once I got there, it wasn't until then that I found out the person that was giving me a tour of this place and the history did not want their image used in my videos, and they did not want their voice in the videos. So I just thought when I got there, well, whatever she says, I'll just dub over it with my own voice. However, this was not as easy as it may seem, because we, much like conversations I have on here, I go on little tangents. I start off here and then it branches off into different things, and I have to bring myself back. And so we had a lot of those. So a lot of the footage was not necessarily usable. But the history of this place is super interesting. The land, the plot of land itself, actually goes back to the 1600s and was more so used in the 1800s. And it's not far from where I live in far northeast Philadelphia. And it's, for something that old to be in this area is a big deal. That's the only hint anybody's getting. So anybody that lives in the Philadelphia area, if you figure it out, if you don't even guess, because I'm not gonna say yes or no. So, but nevertheless, it's a very interesting place, and I had fun being guided through there and being shown everything. And I did email the person who gave me this tour, and she has not yet gotten back to me. I let her know that I needed as many old pictures as she can muster up, and I said I may need to come back and shoot some additional footage, because it was so the footage I had, like I wasn't exactly paying 100% attention as I was going around holding my gimbal and everything, and then we'd get involved in a conversation and I'd forget that I was still recording. And it's just a lot of footage to go through. I mean, it's yeah, right. You wish it was Byberry, Chris. You know that's long gone. Byberry Mental Hospital. It's now a retirement community, but I do know somebody who is, you could say, an expert on the history of Byberry Mental Hospital, which I would like to get her on Dom and Tom's World one time and start discussing the history of it. And we can even show pictures that are online that people have taken over the years when they when they went inside of it, which we weren't really legally supposed to go in there, but a lot of people did. You know, a lot of people had to run from the security that was on the premises, but the security or police that would be on there whenever somebody would run into the buildings, that's where they would stop following them, because they knew that the kids that hung out there knew the buildings better than they did, and they didn't want to risk their own lives chasing after these people. Another tangent I just went off on there. But I do have a friend who's an expert in it, and I'd like to get her on Dom and Tom's World at some point as well. I think it would be a very interesting interview. I've seen her interviewed before, and she handles herself very, very well on that. Sorry, my throat was getting a little dry there from all that talking. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on as to why I haven't had too many videos. And I don't want to keep going back and redoing the same place over and over and over. Now, we all know that most of the videos on my channel are all in the Chamonix State Park, but that's only because I've been volunteering there, and me and the other volunteers have done so much work in that to bring that garden back. And at this point, the only thing we need to do is just build on what's there. We need to get more flowers, more shrubs if we can, and stuff like that. And we're not allowed to have any new structures in there, so that makes it tough to try to bring it back to what it was, because there was a lot of statues in that place. It was all like Alice in Wonderland themed, and the only thing that's really left of the Alice in Wonderland theme is, like, there's a Humpty Dumpty up on the wall, which, yes, I know Humpty Dumpty was a different story altogether, but Humpty Dumpty was mentioned in the, I see all your comments, I'm going to get to them. Humpty Dumpty was mentioned in the original Alice in Wonderland book. There's a human chessboard on there, which they were playing chess with actual people, well, cards or whatever. I don't remember exactly how the original story went with that, but there's 3 playing card planters, like they're spade planters that represent the 3 spade cards that Alice met when she first went to the Queen's Castle, and they were painting the white roses red. In the Disney version, they made them hearts, I think, but in the actual book, they were the 2, the 5, and the 7 of spades, and that's what's in the ground there, because obviously when this garden was made, Disney wasn't even around. Well, I mean, Walt Disney was around, but it wasn't, you know, they weren't making the movies and everything like they do now, or they have, or whatever. The garden itself and the property is over 100 years old, and the family that was tied to this, that owned it, the gentleman Robert Logan, he's actually part of a very famous family line, going back up 7 generations above him. His great grandfather, whatever that equals to, was William Penn's secretary. So they were a very established, wealthy family within the area between Philadelphia and California somewhere. I can't remember exactly where in California, but the entire history is just like super interesting to me. And I've just recently come across, there's a museum here in Philly. It's not in the best neighborhood in the world, but I think it's called Stenton Museum, and used to be a house that was owned by the Logans at one point, but not Robert Logan, like his grandfather, I think. Either his grandfather or his great-grandfather lived there. And I recently saw a video where they're bringing back some of the original furniture, which they did accumulate from Sorobia, because Robert Logan did inherit some of that furniture, and it was in his mansion. And Dom asked his ever popular question. Every time we interview somebody at some point or another, he always asks this, you know, so of course he had to ask me. Yeah, and follow his advice. So if you're not a subscriber of This Is Tom's World, do make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you hit the notification bell. Make sure you go over to Facebook, and you can find This Is Tom's World on there as well. So it's just facebook.com/This Is Tom's World. You can also find BB3 there, BB3 TV. So facebook.com/BB3 TV. Dom and Tom's World does have a page, but I don't know. Dom and I have been talking, and we think we might be taking the Dom and Tom's World page down, or just letting it lay where it is and just not do anything more with it, because everything we're doing is now going to only 3 destinations that we have. We have BB3 TV on Facebook. We have BB3 TV on YouTube, which I believe you can find a link to from the BB3 on Facebook. We also now have a Twitch. So we go to all 3 of those destinations whenever we do anything. So whatever your social media preference is, you can find us on one of the 3 big ones. And I'm going to look at the comments because I see them coming in. Yeah, well, yeah, you've been to Sorobia. You definitely have. What do we got here? Bringing on another awesome Tom in case the first one fails miserably. Hey, look, I've been doing pretty well for myself. I have 748 subscribers on my YouTube channel. How many do you have on yours? And my pointer disappeared. There we go. Because I have 2 screens and one of them is not on right now. But sometimes the mouse pointer disappears on the screen that's not on. And I know what you want me to say. Oh, dude. There it is. That's my buddy Jim's catchphrase, and it has been since he was a teenager, pretty much. So yeah, that, to answer Dom's question, is what the future holds for Tom's World. I will be doing more videos. I'm trying to scout out different places to go. I thought about going to Silver Lake and doing a video over there as well, and talking about the history. I have already done the research on it because I was going to go there at one point. And you'll get there, Tom. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Tom Springer. And I just never went over there to do that, because the one time I actually did drive over there, it was pretty crowded, and I prefer to be as much by myself when I make my videos as possible. I don't need people looking at me saying, you know, who's this crazy guy just talking to himself with the camera and a gimbal and all that. Although I'm sure most people nowadays would know exactly what's going on. Like, oh, he must be making a video or whatever. But still, it's a whole self-conscious thing that I have. But as I said, I don't want to keep revisiting places over and over and over, which I've done quite a bit on my channel. And I know I do intend on going back to Dinosaur Lake, and I'm going to wait until it's like freezing cold out so that the mud that's left from the lake freezes so I can actually walk on top of it. I think that would be a pretty cool video to do. So we'll see what happens with that. It's actually not that cold out today. It's just very windy. Initially, I was going to just do a pre-recorded video just explaining what's been going on, just a quick one, and put it up on my channel. However, it's been so windy out there today that you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So I just figured, all right, well, I'll run my errands, and then I'll come back and I'll do this quick little live video. And of course, well, no, actually. Well, there's a reason for that, Tom. I beat K&D Adventures, which is Kenny and Donna's channel. I did not beat Kenny Biddle's YouTube profile. I think, God, he's got a crazy amount of people on there, which I'm not even going to look at right now because it'll kind of be dead air as I'm like trying to click around. But I know he's got a crazy amount of people on the I Am Kenny Biddle YouTube channel, so you can go check him out. He's a very interesting man. He is a paranormal skeptic, and he, on his I Am Kenny Biddle channel, while you can catch his live feeds on there as well, there are pre-recorded videos that he does where he explains how every piece of equipment that the paranormal investigators use, how it works. He takes it apart, literally dissects it, shows you, tells you why it's reputable or not, which most cases with him it's not. But it's still a very cool thing that he does. And K&D Adventures, you can find them on YouTube as well. They similar to my channel, they just kind of go around and have little adventures and check things out. It might be an antique store. It might be a wooded area. It might be ruins. You don't know with them. I mean, it's all over the place. With me, predominantly wooded areas, ruins, things like that. And I'm running out of places, to be honest, that I can drive to, because my car is not currently in the best condition in the world. So I can't drive it very far, but I'm hoping to rectify that situation. 1.4 thousand subscribers. Well, heck, I almost said a curse word. Kenny could possibly get monetized. So I'm jealous. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, not just for monetization, but I also, it's just a goal, and this is something that you got to do when you start a YouTube channel. You set goals for yourself. Of course, the first goal is to get to whatever number you want, and then get to 100 subscribers. Once you get to 100 subscribers, you can have a unique URL for your channel. So instead of being youtube.com/ a bunch of letters and numbers, it'll be youtube.com/ This Is Tom's World, per se. And actually, Kenny Biddle helped me come up with the name of This Is Tom's World. I knew I wanted the name Tom's World in there somehow, but I just wasn't able to figure it out, like what I should put in there. I was like, Tom's World Adventures. No, that's already taken. I just went through everything I could think of, and then he came up with that, and I said, you know what? That works for me, and here we are. This is Tom's World. So, yeah. Denise, what's going on? She lives right down the street from me, and I never see her. Let's see what she says. Thank you very much, my friend. Denise was actually my very first friend in life. We met each other very early on. My parents and I moved into this house, which, yes, right now I'm currently in the house I grew up in. We moved into this house when I was 2 years old. And sometime in those next couple of years, few years, is when me and Denise first met. And we hung out all the time. I mean, every day we would walk to school together, walk home from school together, all kinds of stuff. You start growing up, you get friends, you kind of veer off a little, but we still talk. We're still cool with each other. I mean, Denise is awesome. She always has been. Yes, we definitely do. I mean, you're literally like a 30-second walk down the street. All right, Dom. Well, maybe I'll pop in on that show that you're a guest on too. Maybe. If the person that's controlling it lets me on. We'll see. You all want to see that, then you have to go over to BB3 TV. That'll be Tom Springer's show tonight. I can't. Oh, yeah. You're going to have us both on there. You just don't know it yet. Wait, what was the name for your show again, Tom? That way I could just I could promote it out on here as well. I like showing support for everybody on BB3 TV. And I might even play the little commercial that I made for BB3 way back in the beginning, but we still use it because I haven't made a new one yet. I'll do that before I before I leave out of here. Sorry, losing my voice already. I've only been talking for 24 minutes. Stuff I never learned from a school book. So that's the name of his show. And the premise of his show is that he has started realizing that he's coming into certain abilities, per se, paranormal, psychic related kind of thing. All right, Denise, I'll see you later. And it's just him learning about that process and what he's going through and stuff. And he's going to have different guests on to talk about when they started coming across these abilities, whether they be paranormal or psychic related. Is that a good synopsis, would you say, Tom? Let's see what he says. No, I'm not trying to have dead air, but it gives me an opportunity to take another drink. Okay, he still hasn't got back yet. simple yes or no, you know. But I I do appreciate everybody that's been in here chatting. It means a lot to me that I can see people chatting. I know a lot of people are still on their way home from work. It's only like 4:25 our time here, Eastern time. Let's see. Yep, and a good location for others who are trying to discover as well. He added a G in there. That's a silent G. But yeah, there's all different kinds of people over at BB3 TV. I mean, of course, as I mentioned, Dom and I, we have our show there sporadically at this point. Once a month, we have the Savage Ladies of Metal, who they bring in different metal groups and they interview them. They'll show a video of theirs and then they interview them. We have other music people that are starting to pour into BB3 TV as well. They may not necessarily have shows, but they might put up their stuff so that you can check them out. Not all just metal. At some point, we're going to be getting other different types of music in there. Right now, it's mostly metal, death metal kind of thing. But it's they're very cool people. Like when you get to talk to them, and we'll have people doing craft shows there, all different kinds of crafts. We're hoping to get a friend of ours on there as well. Once he gets another computer, because his current computer got fried. So the show that he normally does, which isn't craft related, is on hiatus until he gets a new computer. But he's starting a craft show of his own, kind of more on the morbid side, but it's very entertaining and very cool. So we're hoping that maybe he will join us. If not, we're definitely going to support him one way or another because he's a brother. So that rhymed. I didn't intend for that. But what else do we got going on at BB3? We got a new guy who's had one show already who will be starting tonight, and he's been. I saw him comment on here, John. His show is geared towards music as well, but not metal per se, rock, we'll say, as a like a little umbrella. He had on I think it was Michael Allman, who's related to the Allman Brothers and also has his own music going on, which his music is cool. I went and checked it out, and I was listening to it for quite a while. And he seemed like a really good guy, down to earth. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of different shows where there's gonna be interviews and stuff like that. Yeah, woodworking, jewelry, music trivia. Yeah, the music trivia and stuff like that. We will be doing. We've done one game show on BB3 TV, and it was some time ago. I think it was back in June, some point, somewhere, and I want to say around there, like mid-June. And it was really fun. We initially anticipated doing like a whole bunch of different kinds of games, but we wound up mainly doing Mad Libs. And again, parental advisory on there. Because if you go back and watch the game night show, that there's quite a bit of language, we'll say, being thrown around. And yes, on there, I do throw around some myself. From time to time, sometimes, or maybe more than sometimes. But as long as you're not offended by that kind of language, then I do definitely encourage you to go back and watch that game night show. It was very fun. It ran longer than we thought, but that's only because not only were we all having fun, we had multiple cameras all over the screen here. And everybody, got to like, all right, now this person, give me an adjective. This person, give me a verb. And of course, there was some, a little bit of beer drinking going on and stuff. So I had to have another screen open over here with a definition of what an adjective is, what an adverb is, things like that. And I had to keep saying it to people. But, you're not going to remember exactly what it is. And you want to make sure you give the right word, the right type of word so that the story flows. And it was a lot of fun. And we definitely intend on doing that again in the future. We're going to try to see if we can get other types of games that we can play on the game night, but these are just going to be totally laid back, relaxed nights. The people in the chat from that game night were having a great time. Everybody raved about that show. We just haven't done another one since then because we've been kind of busy with other stuff, whether it be our own shows. For me, the YouTube channel here, and the whole helping my girlfriend moving from Maryland thing, and I mean, just one thing after another. Life happens. It does. It's what goes on. But yeah. So I guess that's it. I just hit the 30-minute mark, so I don't need this to be an hour-long show with just me on here. I mean, I know I got a pretty face, I know, but gotta end sometime, right? So before I end, though, as promised, I will show you the commercial I made for BB3 TV, and this was the very first commercial made, and there's going to be more at some point. I've got a lot of ideas tooling around in my head of new twists that we can have on BB3, and new commercials. Maybe get some people to do some little promo spots for us, like, hey, I'm so and so, and you're watching BB3 TV. I got to let you know when what comes out, Jim. So you got to let me know when that comes on. Oh, the game night show. Oh, that's what you mean. Sorry. I keep forgetting that there's like a little delay between me talking and when you guys actually see it. I forget how long it is. It's like a minute or two or something like that. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know when the game night show is on. But for right now, I'm going to play real quick, and it's only not even a minute long. So check this out. Yeah, I made that. It took me like not even 10 minutes to make, but it was it went through various different stages. I was getting people's opinion. What do you think I should do with this, with that? But that symbol that you seen twirl on there, I also made that early on in the progress of Dom and I building this thing. We are now up to I think almost 2,000 follows. And it's growing all the time. So I would say go check it out if it's something that you're really enjoying, or at least even just one show on there. Then share it out on your Facebook. We're trying to get as many likes and follows as we can, not so much for the fame, but just to get all of these variety of shows out to everyone. And every one of us, we're all amateurs, so this isn't like professional production value kind of things. It's basically this. It's StreamYard, and we can bring people in, other cameras. We can interview them no matter where in the world they happen to be, and have gatherings of different kinds on here. And there's just so much going on behind the scenes of BB3 TV right now. And I know I keep saying that over and over and over again, but you're never going to forget it after watching this, if you watch the whole thing. You will be using StreamYard tonight, and we still have to show you how to do. I still have to show you when I get done doing my live here. So yeah, with that being said, since I do have to be there for Tom and give him some pointers on some StreamYard stuff, and possibly send him the video file of the commercial. I am going to end this now. I want to say thank you again to everybody who has been here, everybody who has commented. Thank you again to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I've told you all so many times. It really humbles me to see all the comments that I've gotten on my videos and the support. The fundraiser for Serobia Garden has taken off way more than I thought it ever would, and I thank you all for that. You can always go check that out. It's not on the description for this video, but any other video that you go to on my channel, you will find the link to the GoFundMe for Serobia Garden, and there is a ton of history on there that you can read about the Logans and why they called it Serobia. Like everything you can think of pretty much is on there, just to get you started in learning about them. And they definitely led a very, very interesting life. I just wish there was more buildings left to their place, but there's one building in the garden, and that's it. But we can preserve the memory of them by continuing to do research and to share the information we find with other people, much like I do with the videos. The videos that I have of Serobia Garden, they chronicle from the very beginning of when it was just me digging out one little corner of the chessboard by myself with these little tiny tools, and then escalating to me having being a part of a team of other volunteers, and without them I would still be digging, to be honest. And that was 2 summers ago now. And just the appreciation of the local people around here has been overwhelming, and I thank each and every one of you. And yeah, with that, I guess I will end this in the same way that I end all of my videos. Make sure that you stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.